Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's back again with another video. First of all, subscribe before we go anywhere. Please do subscribe. You guys have been getting the content and I hope it makes you very content. So I told you last time that I'll be getting this camera, right? I don't know if you are able to see it. Yeah, there we go. I got the XM5 for review, not personally to buy it. The first thing I noticed when I got it, it's very, very small. And obviously for those who do follow Fuji, they know that it's been around and a lot of people have done reviews about this camera. So I am going to take it for a spin normally tomorrow for a photo shoot. So I'm going to make an effort to post this video today so that you guys will have a glimpse of what this camera is all about. Unfortunately, I haven't shot it much. I only got it like yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So I haven't really had the time to shoot it much. I'll do a proper review afterwards. I'll do a proper review, I think, tomorrow as soon as I'm done with that photo shoot, because I got like a gig for photo shoot. I'm going to use this camera, but I probably won't use it much for photography. I'll use it mostly for video work. And as you can see, I've paired it with my Fuji non-aspherical lens, the 35mm f1.2. So I'll use this mostly for video. And one thing I have to say, the autofocus of Fuji has improved a lot compared to what it used to be. And I know it's still not on par with your Canon and Sony, for example, or not even Nikon. And the hit rate is very high, the miss rate is very low, and that's something that I appreciate a lot. So physically, it's very small, right? It is for me personally, it's sort of a walkable camera. It's a 26 megapixel compared to the 40 of the Fuji X100 VI. So I think I might get the 100 VI if I really want the camera to walk around. But the selling point for this camera is this. It's this flip out screen, and I think this really does put it on par with against your Sony ZV-E2, and it's a very good camera. I haven't tested it as a webcam yet. I will do that and use it as my webcam. I know it does have really great capability, and I can definitely use it as a webcam. I might even use it for a few video. Definitely tomorrow I'm gonna put it through its pace because it's a very good video camera. If you've used the Fuji XS20, which I've also used, I think last year or the year before, that one was a very amazing video camera. Now that I'm holding it, it's very squeaky. I'm just feeling the flip out screen is not as sturdy as the Canon one. And that is something that people always say about Fuji. I have the Canon one here. I can't even feel it. It moves a little bit, but it's not as squeaky as this one. I don't know if you can hear it, but anyway, there's a little bit of a build difference here. So obviously it is made of plastic. It's a very affordable camera. It is made of plastic. I was comparing it to the Fuji XT1 that I have, which is one of the camera I have. I even have a bit better grip on this Fuji than on this one. And there are things that are missing, definitely. As you can see, you don't have an EVF, which can be a bumper, especially for people who really love photography, and which tells you also why and what is this camera really aim to, and for what this camera is made to. You have, if you've used the XS20 or even the Fuji X100 6, you have pretty much the same button at the back here, so nothing really fancy. So this is my first time. This is literally the hands-on experience with this camera. Ergonomically looks very small, as you can see. It's a passport camera. This is definitely a pocketable camera that you can use, but it is good. It's a very good camera. I think what really matters with this camera is what's inside, and what inside is pretty powerful, because I've used the Fuji XS20, as I said. I've used a lot of Fujis, and this one is pretty much on par. And I like the fact that you do have unlimited recording if you have the memory card, obviously, for it. But I hate the fact that it has this small battery, and we all know how bad these batteries are. But anyway, if you're planning to put it on stick, you can always use a dummy battery to do that. But what's the point of having such a small camera to rig it? Some people would enjoy that, but personally it's not for me. I don't think that if you have maybe like about 3 extra battery, you might be good for the day for this camera. That's one of the cons of the camera itself. It's the size, and it also has this dial for the simulation. And I personally don't really like this dial. I don't think I use it much because I don't use a lot of Fuji simulation. I stick to one. If I find the one that I really like a lot, I will use it extensively. They could have used this dial for something else, like ISO exposure compensation or something like that. But it has that push-in dial here in front that allows you to change a lot of things like your ISO, your film simulation, and all the other stuff. So beside that, you also have this other dial that is, you can also program. One thing I love about Fuji, you have a Q button here. I didn't even know that it had that. That's for your quick menu. That's how it comes in default. You have a play button at the back. So I guess in terms of buttons, you do have a lot that you can use, but personally, I'll just stick to the minimal one. It has an headphone jack. I don't know why it has an headphone jack, to be honest. I was hoping that they could probably put a bigger size HDMI, but it has a micro HDMI. You have a USB Type C, which can deliver power as well. Not deliver power, which you can charge while you're using the camera, which I like a lot. That's one thing that I appreciate a lot. And on top here, you have a mic jack. I don't know why the mic jack is here and not here. I don't know if the headphone jack was really needed. That's one thing that pretty surprising. But don't forget that this camera is targeted to come for content creator, and even the size itself really does scream content creator. It's a very good camera. It's very small. Because it's so small, it pairs really well with some of the Fuji small pancake lenses. If you have, for example, the 27, I think 2.8, that will be pretty, it's this size, so you can have something very small like this, which allows you to really like do have a very discrete proposition. 26 megapixel is plenty enough, I think, for stuff that you need. I like the hot shoe. It's not like a Panasonic hot shoe that is a cold one. This is this is a hot shoe, not a cold shoe. You can put a flashlight here. So I'm even thinking, even for the shoot that I'm having tomorrow, one thing that I might actually do is I could actually put like my Ulanzi, use my Ulanzi. You see, something like this is beautiful. So if I use the Ulanzi, something like this definitely looks appetizing in terms of photography. So this is something that can pair together really well. As you can see, it's a very good proposition. I love the very good camera. So another thing I also wanted to talk about is the fact that I've been adapting all of my Fuji lens to all of my Canon lens actually to use it on the Fuji, and it looks ridiculous, especially if I put like a 70 to 200 here, because that's just a humongous lens. So I have the Nifty 50 here, which I have an adapter for Fuji from Canon to Fuji. So something like this really also does look quite ridiculous because the camera is very small, but I think it will pair well with the 25 that I'm using right now for this video, the one that I used to shoot with. Let me try with the 100mm. You just see, guys, how ridiculous it looks, because that lens just trumps all cameras. You can see how ridiculous it looks. So there you go. It's literally the size of. So you have your camera there. This is sometimes what it looks like for those people that shoot stars and do astrophotography. You have a very tiny camera and a huge lens, but this does create some amazing stuff. Like, you won't believe that. But yeah, so this is my hands-on experience with the camera. I'll obviously shoot with it tomorrow, as I said, and I'll do a definite follow-up video and give you guys a little bit of a review, like a hands-on review. I'll put B-rolls. We're shooting at a very good location at the Airbnb that looks really nice. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.